Welcome to the Score Extra. I'm your host, Michael Burgess. We just got done taping a live edition of the Score. It was our second episode. It was our Hell in a Cell aftermath. And, we really ran out of time. We went over 10 minutes of extra on the Score, our Hell in a Cell aftermath. And, we've decided to go ahead and go forward with a little extra show, you could say. It's called the Score Extra. This is our debut episode, but this is for episode number 2 of the Score. First off, we have so much that we still want to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and discuss it right now on the Score Extra. Well, this is a commercial-free broadcast. Because it's a Score Extra, paid for by our sponsors and this and that. But we thought we'd talk about WWE 2K14 here. We didn't get to mention this in this week's episode of the Score. But, if you have a PlayStation, PlayStation 3, friend us here at W Wrestling News. It's the same thing as our Twitter username, except it's on the PlayStation Network. And, we would like to fight you on WWE 2K14 Live. And, we would also like fans to send in their reviews, I actually just pulled up a review here from the Fans Podcast. Have you ever checked out thefanspodcast.com? It's a great site. It's one of our partner site, It's very great. It really, really is. So, check it out. And they have a great WWE 2K14 review right there. Also, we didn't get to mention this, but our Game Center. We mentioned it very little on the Score, but we still want to go into depth with it. Our in-depth analysis of this is that it's a Game Center. There's going to be multiple sections in the Game Center. It's going to have a home page. But overall, I think everyone's going to enjoy it. It'll have a WWE 2K14 section. It's going to have a Grand Theft Auto 5 section. And that one, you have to be mature enough to be able to go into that section because it is, obviously the videos, they're going to contain language, adult language, this and that, because Grand Theft Auto isn't a child's game. So therefore, if it's appropriate, you can go ahead and go there. But just remember to keep in all of those guidelines as well. Also, there was some news that we didn't get to talk about on our hot news, Sadly, we all botch up our shows sometimes. People who view it don't notice always, but we did get to talk about 2 major stories because of time constraints. And we're just going to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about a landmark TV deal WWE is expected to sign. The hope within WWE is that they will be able to sign a television licensing deal worth billions of dollars in the first quarter of next year. What gives WWE optimal confidence in negotiations is based on the new contract that NASCAR signed with NBC Sports Group over the summer. For those unaware, the NASCAR deal, which goes into effect in 2015, is for 10 years and worth a total of $4.5 billion. Vince McMahon likens WWE to that of NASCAR, but feels they get a bigger deal because their programming is higher rated. WWE's current domestic television contracts for Raw and SmackDown are not up until the latter part of next year, but the company is well ahead of the curve and expected to announce the new deal by April 2014. And Vince expects to have a deal in place by the first of the year. In WWE's hope to remain NBC Universal, their current partner for Raw and SmackDown, but they will look at other outlets should they be unable to reach a new agreement. And given the fact that WWE is this optimistic about signing, that would be considered a landmark deal. Any rumors of Raw and or SmackDown becoming exclusives on the WWE Network seem highly unlikely. While the potential WWE Network would give WWE a permanent outlet for the programming, at least their core shows are set to be featured on outside networks. We've got news on Eric Bischoff we didn't get to discuss. Eric Bischoff essentially sent home. One topic of discussion going around TNA Wrestling is the status of Eric Bischoff. His contract is going to be up soon, and TNA doesn't want to renew it looks like. It looks like they sent him home just to wait his contract out. Then we've got John Cena blows everyone away. John Cena was heavily put over by WWE officials and his co-workers for his work at Hell in a Cell and this week's Raw and SmackDown, and one observer labeled him as a superhuman and said regardless of his position and favor from Vince, there's no way that you can't respect someone willing and able to work at such a high level only a couple months from having surgery to repair a serious injury. And we're told the match on this week's SmackDown is one of the better matches of his entire career. Makes you want to go watch the SmackDown replay, don't it? Indeed it does. Well, that was some of the news we didn't and weren't able to discuss on the score. But, we thought you'd just go ahead and go on Score Xtra and talk about it. But, I think that's really going to do it. That's all the stuff that we missed. As you have seen here, we went 43 minutes solid on the score. Straight. As you know, it's supposed to be a 30-minute broadcast, but we went over 12 minutes. 13 minutes, actually. But, sometimes you just can't stop the clock when you're still discussing one report. You've still got the other half of the show you gotta do. But, I guess thanks for tuning in to this week's score and this week's Score Extra. Of course, remember you can catch this at WorldWrestlingNews.com. Of course, follow us on Spreaker.com as well. All of our shows are hosted through there and through them. Our British affiliate, or UK affiliate, actually. But remember to tune in next week, I guess. Yep. Otherwise, this is Michael Burgess signing off on Spreaker Web Radio, on WorldWrestlingNews.com, Twitter, and of course, everywhere else. Good night, everybody.